Welcome everyone to the Nothing But Skills NBS Hoop League. This is Keeping It Real with Roz Turner. And I'm just going to log in so that I can see your comments and your concerns. But pretty much I just want to give you a quick overview of what we do here at Keeping It Real. This is a sports broadcast where we put some of Michigan's most talented basketball players, coaches, and owners from the NBS Hoop League, which is one of the largest basketball leagues in Michigan. And we put them on the hot seat. We ask them controversial questions and trending issues within the league. And we just are mindful to stay respectful, stay honest, but most of all, we're keeping it real. So, without further ado, let's get right into tonight's hot seat lineup. Thank you. Okay, so before we get our first guest on the show, I just want to give you a quick recap from last week. So on our last show, we had owner and captain Charles White in the hot seat. He made a drastic decision to trade one of his key scorers by the name of Corn Jones. It possibly proved to be a good decision, as the Rock Boys did win last Sunday in a victory over the Warriors, 59-56. During that hot seat interview, Mr. White brought up some very controversial issues, to say the least, onto why he made the decision to cut Corn. Charles expressed several reasons, so we're going to get Corn on the line and address some of those issues with him tonight. Okay, so just give me 1 second. We'll get him on the call. Hopefully he answers. I just received a recent confirmation that he's knowing I'm calling him, so.
MBT.
How you doing, Mr. Corn Jones? How are you? Are you in the dark? Oh, okay. Well, we can't see you, but we can hear you. Is there lighting where you are right now? Can you turn on the light?
Hold on, just 1 second.
No problem. Oh, okay. Hopefully the viewers can hear you because we can't see him. But are we okay in hearing him? To my producer, are we okay? Can we hear him?
Yeah.
Okay. So Corn, you got traded from the Rock Boys to Gotham City, and then finally ended up with the Mob. Is that correct? Okay. And by chance, unfortunately, we did not upload that last interview last week, but so you could review it. But did you have a chance to see that interview with owner of Rock Boys, Charles White?
Actually, I did, but I heard it from my cousin D-Man.
Okay.
That's with the Rock Boys.
Okay. Well, just to recap, according to the owner of Rock Boys, some things that he brought up during that interview was that you were a bit controversial on the team. You were argumentative and, quote unquote, He said you were not the leader that he wanted you to be. Do you feel that Charles was fair in saying these things regarding your personality and over the 3 seasons that you stayed loyal and committed to his team? Do you feel like he did make a good point as to why he decided to trade you?
Actually, he didn't make a good point on why he traded me or as he traded me. But me, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be my own leader. You know, I know what I can do on the court and everything. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm capable of doing. What I was trying to explain, and the reason why I was mad before I got traded is because I'm one of the franchise players on the Rock Boys.
Correct.
You know, last season I was coming off the bench, averaging from 14 to 17 points a game. You know, since we got these new cats on the team, you know, I'm not knocking their game. Everybody got game on the squad. You know, they had too many killers. And I was the 6th man of the candidate from the Rock Boys, but I wasn't getting that much clock as this season coming up. So I was just trying to explain to him when we lost by Greatness by 3.
Yes.
It was it was personal to me, you know, because we lost by 1 last season to them guys. You know, shout out to Greatness. You know that they got a good team. You know, it was a little personal to me though. You know, I came in the game and scored, I believe, 8 to 10 points. Got an M1, scored a 3-point play, and took out the game. So yeah, I was a little mad, and of course I was gonna be frustrated because it was something like 53 seconds left on the clock.
So if I could interrupt you, Corn, in your frustration during that game, what actions did you make to really push owner Charles Trey White over the edge and say, hey, this is it, I gotta let him go? What actions did you take in that game do you believe that you took for him to make that decision?
You know, for the first, I believe the second quarter, I believe the first quarter I had set down the first quarter, then I got in at the end of, close to the end of the second quarter, and did my thing from there to the third quarter and got took out in the clutch time. You know, so that, I was explaining to the coach too on the sideline, you know what I'm saying, it's guys on the sideline, on the court that's tired, you know, and we got these fresh legs on the bench. I wasn't only including myself, I was including our other players too on the bench. You know, I was just telling the coach, yo, you know, it's guys that's on the court that's tired. That's when Twan came to the bench, Tweez came to the bench, yo, come get me. I'm like, see, that's what I'm saying. And that's when I came in, did my thing, and hit the 3-point play, and took out the game after that. You know, I apologize for my reactions on what I did to the Rock Boys camp and for myself and the whole MBS. You know what I'm saying? I did do some things on the sideline and said some things. It's not that I didn't have doubt in my faith in my teammates. When it's a tough point like that, and one of the franchise players getting took out the game, I did have my doubts too. I did have my faith, but I did have my doubts.
Okay, well, you make some good points there. You may not have agreed with the coaching decision. Maybe the coaching team there did not make the best decisions during that game. Obviously, they ended up losing. And it could have been a coaching issue. It could have been a player issue. Just could have been, just how the game went. But nevertheless, do you feel that you could have handled the situation better, maybe kept a more positive attitude at that moment, or do you feel like Charles has any grounds for a reasonable cause to make that decision to trade you?
Trey my bro. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing against Trey on court or off the court. You know, that's his team. He gonna decide who he want to be on this team or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's his team.
How did you, Corn? How did you? While Trey was on the hot seat, he, after he discussed the issues, we talked about how you found out. Just talk a little bit about how do you feel like the message was delivered to you. It was revealed during that hot seat interview that I believe you found out from Facebook, or I know that it was posted through the media of Facebook. It wasn't nothing that he came to you, even though he said he did speak to you one-on-one over the seasons you've been with Rock Boys, concerning your attitude, he never came to you one-on-one directly and said, hey, the best decision for the team is to cut you or to trade you. So because he didn't come to you one-on-one with that decision, but you kind of found out secondhand through, maybe the media page or, Facebook page, what have you. Just speak a little bit about what was your initial reaction when you found out, and how do you feel about the way in which you were informed?
And then, after that game, I've been trying to call Trey. I've been texting Trey. He got my number. He got my Obama number. You know what I'm saying? He has my Obama number and everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been calling him and texting him.
Right,
then
right.
When I finally got in touch with him, he told me that he thought I was D-Man. I'm like, damn, straight up, bro. He's like, oh, I thought this was D-Man. I'm like, damn, okay, well, why you didn't tell me this before when I was trying to call you and calling you and texting you after the game, you know what I'm saying? Because the way that he was feeling towards me, I thought that this basketball game from 2 weeks ago was going to lose a friendship, you know what I'm saying? And off court, I don't want to lose my friendship off court, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the way he told me that I made him feel like a loser, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't make you feel like nothing, you know what I'm saying? I stated all facts. There's nothing against JJ Game.
Can you? Oh, I think we lost connection.
JJ is Jordan Jones.
Corn, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. We lost connection while you were on the air. We heard you talking about JJ, and then we got lost connection. So you just want to do a quick recap. Do you feel like you were?
They was missing layups and shooting air balls.
We may not be able. Oh, there we go.
After the whole trading decision and everything, I felt that was the worst trade in the NBA's history. Honestly.
Wow.
For me,
that's a big statement.
That's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing against Donald Ross game, but honestly though, Donald Ross, that felt like that was the worst trade in the my opinion.
Okay, so obviously there's still some.
Right. I played 3 seasons with Trey. I played with the Bombers, the Rock Boys, and the Rock Boys. And just by me being frustrated and mad that day and everything, you know what I'm saying, we could have talked about this instead of being a silly trade.
Exactly. Okay, so moving forward now, that you're no longer a part of the Rock Boys and you were able to get some things off your chest, you were able to respond to some of Trey's, reasoning. Can I remind you that we are still live? And Corn, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So just moving forward, now that you are with the mob, how do you feel like your incorporation into the team is thus far? You did have that victory over the Cobras, but the Cobras are an 0-5 team. I don't know if you really can say that's a true reflection of your victory with the mob, because as they have proven, the Cobras are not a very competitive team right now in NBS. But just talk a little bit about how your incorporation into the mob is going, and where do you see, do you feel like you're going to stay with this team, or, what's your future as far as with the mob?
The mob is a great team.
Mm-hmm.
They got Nell, Bob, Cuz with the Mohawk, I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I apologize. I forgot the name, but he got a nice little shot.
They have James as well, right?
James, okay. Oh, shout out to James.
Yeah.
And dude with the tattoos.
Oh, okay.
His name Derek.
What's his name?
Derek.
With the team and everything, but as far as, I was just now trying to, what I'm saying, feeling chemistry and everything, but I
Okay.
came in and hit some clutch free throws, you know, so I couldn't say that. You know, I helped them out a big lot. You know, rotation, shout out to Derek. The rotation was man crazy. I like that. I like the rotation.
Okay.
I just wish that rotation was the same as with the Rock Boys, you know.
Mhm.
But shout out to Derek though for that nice rotation.
Okay. Okay.
I like the playing time that I'm getting.
Okay, well, sounds good, Corn. So I wish you the best with your current organization, the Mob. I think it was helpful for you to come on tonight, to say what you need to say, to put the Rock Boys behind you. So thank you for keeping it real with us tonight, and we appreciate you being a guest on the hot seat.
Oh, you know, and another thing.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, it's nothing against the Rock Boys. I hope we can work something out next week, next season.
Oh, okay. So your future, you want to go back to the Rock Boys next season?
Oh yeah, you know I can't.
We're going on. That's official.
You know that the chemistry is official, so you know I can't leave just like that. You know I'm just here.
No.
You know I got traded on some bull. It is what it is. I just hope we move forward from that and work something out next season.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Corn.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
All right, you have a good night. I'm about to put it in there. Okay, thank you so much, Corn. We appreciate you coming on the show. We're gonna get right into our next interview in just a moment. Okay. So
Go to commercial.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that was Corn Jones, currently with the Mob. He was expressing his opinions about his trade from the Rock Boys. We thank him for coming on the show. Moving right along,
His owner just said his minutes is getting cut for speaking on the air that he's leaving in the off season.
Oh, okay. Was that Mikey J?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Mikey J. You don't have to cut his minutes. We don't want to jeopardize anybody, relationship with their organization here on Keeping It Real. We want people to keep it real. We want them to be honest. It's obvious that Corn, has a connection, has a tie, has some emotional ties to Rock Boys. We just, play out this season. We'll see how things go. And, he may not feel like that at the end of the season, especially if the Mob, increases their rankings. And speaking of rankings, we're going to get into what I have called the Keeping It Real Power Rankings. This past Wednesday, on At the Buzzer with Dennis Thompson, shout out to my producer Dennis Thompson. Definitely watch At the Buzzer every Monday and Wednesdays nights at 10:30 p.m. But he gives you the official MBS Power Rankings. Well, here at Keeping It Real, since we keep everything real, I had a couple of issues, with the current official power rankings. So I went about my way to come up with my own power rankings. These are unofficial rankings. These are just my opinion on how I think the power rankings should have went. But At the Buzzer with Dennis Thompson, great show. Don't miss it. Monday, Wednesday nights on Periscope at NBS League, at NBS Hoop League. So definitely watch At the Buzzer. So if I'm going to pull up my power rankings. Okay. So most of you have probably seen the official power rankings, so I'm not going to go over those. I'm just going to go over what is different about my rankings. So here we go. Um, I would rank. I would rank the Bears as number one instead of Fast Forward. Fast Forward, I love y'all. Great team. You know, you both are undefeated right now. But in my opinion, and I'm just keeping it real, it comes down to the level of talent that you defeat. When you know you're tied with your rank. So both teams are 5-0. Fast forward, last Sunday you beat the Noles, which is currently a 2-3 team. At the time was a 2-2 team. So looking at that as you being undefeated, I expected you to beat the Noles. However, the Bears beat NWO, who at the time was also undefeated as well. They're now 4-1. So definitely I feel like the Bears deserve the number one ranking, which is different than the official MBS rankings that were shown on At the Buzzer. And then I'm just keeping it real. And then number two, of course, it would be Fast Forward, the only other undefeated team right now in the league. Definitely they're playing great ball. They're playing team ball. They deserve the number two spot. Now for my number three ranking, and this also may be a little different than the official. I would have to go with Dynasty at number three. My reason being for Dynasty being at number three is because Dynasty is currently on a 4-game winning streak. They are currently 4-1. There are a few 4-1 teams, so I had a hard time with this one. But I chose Dynasty next in the power rankings because they have not lost since opening day. So that's why I chose Dynasty. Next, I chose NWO at number 4 in the Keeping It Real power rankings. I chose NWO as number 4 based on the talent level of the team that beat them. They were beaten by Fast Forward. Am I correct, Dennis?
No,
they were
NWO beat the they
Fast Forward beat the NWO.
They haven't played.
Oh no, I'm sorry. They were beaten by the Bears.
True.
I'm sorry. I got the undefeated teams mixed up. NWO was beaten by the Bears, so that's why I ranked them at number 4 because it was 2 undefeated teams battling. So it was going to be a good game. It was going to be a hard win. However, I ranked No Limit at number 5. And I ranked Them Boys at number 6 and Rock Boys at number 7. Rock Boys is a little bit further down in my power rankings because they were beaten by Greatness, which I love Greatness, but they're not as good a team as some of the other competitors. So that's why I ranked Rock Boys a little bit lower because they were beaten by a team that was not as good as some of the other competition. So, in No Limit, I rate that 5 because they were beaten by Fast Forward. That's correct. Yes, they were beaten by Fast Forward. Again, undefeated team, a very hard win. So I boosted them up in the power rankings because they didn't lose to, an easier team or a less competitive team. So those are my top 7. And then after that, I have Gotham City at number 8, Phenom at number 9, Legends at number 10, Mob at number 11, and the Knowles at number 12. I believe those are similar to the official rankings. And then I have number 13. Here at Keeping It Real, we're going to stop at number 12 because I kind of feel like I really don't want to rank past 12. If you're in the 13 to the 20, pretty much you just need to play better. Get your ranking up, and then you'll make it to the Keeping It Real power rankings because we stop at 12. So those are our rankings. So now on to our next hot seat interview. Okay, so he has been in the NBS Hoop League for 3 seasons. He's played for the Legends, for Dynasty, in which he won a championship. And then he played for Greatness, and now he plays for the undefeated officially ranked #1 team in the NBS. Fast forward. So we are going to get Mr. Larry White on the line. His iPhone? Okay, let's try FaceTime. I don't think I can.
Go ahead. Facebook
yeah, because I don't have his phone number. Okay, I'm gonna call him back. Hi, Mr. Larry. Hi, Mr. Larry White. How are you? Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. I just introduced you. I just want to. Can you see?
I can barely hear you going at the bar.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna give you a couple of reminders, L, that we're gonna try our best not to use profanity. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay, El, so I pretty much introduced you. I know you've played for the Legends, you played for Dynasty in which you won a championship, you've played for Greatness, and now you are with Fast Forward. We want to welcome you to the hot seat. And we're just going to keep it real. You've had quite a history with NBS over the past few seasons. You currently have 1 championship trophy under your belt. Looks like you're on your road to maybe a possible 2 with your current team. Fast Forward, you guys are 5-0 right now, top team in the league. So just speak a little bit, El, on why you decided to run with Fast Forward this season. What was some key factors? And what were some key factors that make your team successful in their debut season with the NBS? So this is Fast Forward's first season in the league, and they came out with flying colors, #1 team in the league. So just tell us why you decided to join Fast Forward, and what are some key factors that are making you guys #1 right now?
Just pretty much, them guys hungry.
Right.
And I think my first year with the Shockers, or actually when I was with the Legends,
Mm-hmm.
I was hungry as well, but it was like it ended up changing when I went to the Shockers. It was a different type of hunger.
And those of you who don't know, the Shockers is the current Dynasty.
Yeah. So now that I'm with Fast Forward, it's actually bringing me back to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of been like a little sluggish and passive, and I don't know if people have been watching like the last couple weeks. I know they have, but
Mm-hmm.
they hate me anyway. But I've been doing my thing the last couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and that's off the bench. So shout out to Coach D, because he tell me every time I get in the game,
Right. He's an excellent coach.
Do your thing. So I would rather be a part of a team where they're gonna let me play my game
Mm-hmm.
than to somebody hold me back.
Okay. So El, we know you've played for a couple different teams. A lot of times you're hearing a lot of things in the NBS, environment where people are saying loyalty is everything. You've played on 4 different teams since you've been in the league, which means pretty much a different team every season.
Right.
He's played on 5 different teams. Okay, my producer's telling me 5 different teams. So how important to you, is loyalty to an organization, versus being on that championship contingent team?
That has what we have to understand as grown-ups, that has absolutely nothing to do with basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's recreation, it's fun.
Right.
I like to switch it up. I don't like to do the same thing twice. I'm a different type of character. If people that know me know that. So.
Okay.
I try to switch it up. I don't try to, I wish them boys, and this is me, I wish them boys will split
Right, right. Especially in this season.
So it makes no sense if I would have went to a loaded team, which I ended up popping up and going to a loaded team. So I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
We coming. I mean, like I said, fast forward.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I just want to speak real quickly, L, on this rule they have going around MBS calling the L White rule. Can you just speak on a little bit on what is that rule and what did that come about?
I love telling this story.
We all ears, L.
We was playing against the Shockers. Dennis Thompson, which is my homeboy, I'm not gonna bash him. I went on I think it was 17, 18 point scoring streak against them.
Okay.
He set me on the bench. I don't know why he set me on the bench. We probably can ask him off camera.
Oh,
He
okay.
set me on the bench, and we ended up losing the game. So, to pay him back,
Okay.
and I was upset about the situation. I just traded teams. And shout out to you and E because, I mean, L White rule, yeah, people might be a little skeptical about it, but that means a lot to me because, City of Pontiac, as far as when it comes to basketball, my name do ring bells. I don't care what people think, but it do. I play all over. And every time that I play somewhere, I represent Pontiac to the fullest. So,
And we thank.
I appreciate the L White rule. And Dennis, that was your fault.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, L. Okay. Besides yourself because a lot of the fans of MBS are not familiar with a lot of the names from the Fast Forward team because they are so new. And are they mostly from Detroit?
Right.
Okay, so could you just
Most of them are from Detroit, but like I said, we haven't even came fully loaded yet. So only thing I can say is if y'all like what we doing now, watch when we come fully loaded.
Okay, so he said that Fast Forward, though they're the number one team in the league, they are not fully loaded yet. So name us some of the other key players on the Fast Forward team.
We ain't got no key players. Everybody
is equally important.
Everybody can do what we do. As you see, in 5 weeks we've been running it up.
Awesome, awesome.
Now listen, I don't want my phone to die on y'all because I'm at 1%. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we thank you so much, L, for being in the hot seat on tonight on Keeping It Real.
No problem.
And we thank you very much, and you have a great night.
Hey, Dennis, listen, I need to be on that week 6 interview. I need it. Can I get a yes? Can I get it confirmed?
Dennis? He's actually in the studio right now.
Listen, he don't want to invite me because I put him on blast.
That's all right. You're welcome to come on Keeping It Real anytime, L.
Yes. Got him.
All right.
All right, Julia, have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we thank L White for coming on Keeping It Real. From Fast Forward, number one team right now in the league. Next on the hot seat, I'm going to put a team on the hot seat, and we're going to talk a little bit as to why I chose this team to place them on the hot seat. I'm going to put Monstars on the hot seat tonight. I'm sure many of you have heard, you make it from the bottom to the top. Well, Monstars, they're from, the top to the bottom. And I'm just really keeping it real. There's a lot of new faces in MBS. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history. Monstars is actually a very great team. Their current rankings doesn't reflect that. But if you've known anything about the history of MBS, and Coach Rusty Shackelford, they have been one of the top teams over the past few seasons. They've went to 2 Eastern Conference finals. They've always made a playoff spot, and to see them in the Eastern Conference at the bottom is pretty disappointing. Also, Rusty was also the MBS Hoop League's 2015 Summer League Coach of the Year. He did decline our our invitation to the Keeping It Real hot seat. But nevertheless, I do feel that his team needs to be placed on the hot seat because though they have yet to win a championship, like I said, they've been one of the top-ranked teams until this season. So some of my questions for the Monstars organization, should anyone from that organization agree to an interview with us at Keeping It Real, or if you don't want to enter into the hot seat, you're welcome to go on at the buzzer as well. But some of the questions that I feel like many in the league are asking that knows the team, the organization, is really why. They have a top awarded coach. They pretty much have the same roster from the previous season. So just why this sudden downfall in the rankings? What changed in the Monstars organization? I see that you guys are changing your logo up from old to new, new to old. But other than that, really, is it because there's an increased talent level now in the NBS? Is it that has Coach Rusty taken this team as far as he can take them? What's different in your team chemistry? So these were just some of the questions I wanted to ask someone from the organization, but I was unable to secure an interview and get anyone from the Monstars in the hot seat. But if that should happen in the next coming up weeks, we'll bring them on the show. Now for our final interview this evening. And let me see if he is available.
He played for 3 teams. Knowles, Legends,
The person you're trying to call is not available right now.
Okay, well, we were not able to get in contact with him. Let me try calling him.
You have reached the voicemail.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Well, I was trying to get Mr. Charles O'Neal Bay from Dynasty on the line. We were unable to get in contact with him, so hopefully we'll be able to bring him on the show the next time we have our show. So if we can't get in contact with our last interviewer, then that is going to wrap up our show tonight at Keeping It Real. We want to make sure that everyone follows us on social media. We have the NBS Hoop League official Facebook page. Definitely like our page. You can see our game schedules and everything that's going on with our league. And follow us on Periscope at NBS Hoop League. And we are also on YouTube at NBS Hoop League. And we are also on Twitter. And so just type in NBS Hoop League into any social media search and you'll be able to find us. So we thank everyone so much for joining us tonight. And I'm Roz Turner and I'm just keeping it real.